The Dogo, I would go as far as saying that the Dogo is the ultimate dog. The Dogo Argentino has the elegance, has the drive, has the temperament, is good with the family, and at the same time will protect you. I found a breeder that had a really good working line. That same year I was taking my dog out hunting with that breeder, and ever since then I do about 5 trips a year down to Texas. When I bring my dogs outdoors, they immediately know they're gonna have fun, and they're dying. I can't bring all of them all the time, so I try to bring an adult dog that knows what to do, and then I try to bring a couple young pups. But they already know. They already know where they're going. They already know what they're gonna do. And sometimes when we take the long drive to Texas, they know there's gonna be a pig, so they get really excited about that. The reason why we're not out here with hogs today is because it's not allowed in California. So all the hunting that we do here, is out in Texas. It's a 20-hour drive that we do about 5 times a year. But if 20 hours, if that's what it takes to get our dogs worked, we do it. So it's a mission. Texas is not, it's not in our backyard, but we do it to give the dogs, to test the dogs out and to give them as much work as possible. The rundown in Texas is we load the dogs in the truck. Once we get to the location, we find a good spot where to start, and we let the bay dogs out. Now, we're side by side with the bay dogs, either walking or in a truck. Now, the dogs stay in the truck. Once the bay dogs pick up a scent, we carefully listen. When we hear the bay dogs, we release the catch dogs. And the catch dogs go straight to where the noise is, and they bite. So, as a hunter, you want to get there as quickly as possible, because every minute with the boar that might weigh 300-400 pounds, your dog's life is at risk. So a dogo is also a smart biter. Now, it doesn't just bite a hog and just try to destroy it like if it was a fight. Like a dogo should bite and hold, so it'll save a lot more energy that way. If it's just trying to tear up the hog, its energy expenditure is too much. So you try to get there as quickly as possible to dispatch of the hog. A lot of people think that the dogo kills the hog, and the dogo does not kill the hog. The dogo just catches it, and it holds it enough for the hunter to get there in time to kill it. Yeah, the dogo has 42 teeth, maybe 43, 44 on bigger mouths, but 42 teeth is what you want. You want a complete mouth, because that's where it's going to have all its power. Now, you want a good sized mouth in a dogo. Not too long like a Great Dane, but you also don't want a boxer mouth either. You want a nice 1-to-1 ratio, where the mouth is the same length as the head. That's ideal for the hunt, and that has a nice, lung capacity. And how does it have that? With nice big open nostrils, big chest, big cavity for breathing. You also want the dog's gonna run, so you want them to be as straight as possible, straight stance, slight angulation, and a well-defined muscular tone. The bay dog is a dog that will they'll pick up the scent of a boar, and will make loud barking once it bays it, and it does that so the dogo could hear it, or the hunter could hear it, and the dogo goes straight to the bark. Anytime you run dogos, you want to take bay dogs. It's going to make the work for the dogo a lot easier. In Texas, we run catahulas, and what's interesting in Argentina, they don't necessarily use the catahula mixes. They mix dogo with greyhound, and they've mixed dogo with pointer to create a different type of bay dog. Now, that bay dog doesn't necessarily just bay. Like, that bay dog will bite as well, but it's a more versatile dog that has a better nose. So they use those as bay dogs out there in Argentina. In Texas, it's just straight catahulas, and it's hard to get one of those to bite first. Usually the catahulas in Texas, they'll wait for the dogo to get there. To me, I like to start the dogs out with hunting as early as possible. So if I go to Texas and there's a pup that's 3 months, it's going. If I go to Texas and there's a pup that's 6 months, it's going to. I don't waste any opportunity when I go to Texas, since we don't go that often. The young pups that are learning, they go with me. When they go with me, they don't necessarily go out on the full-out hunt. They just go in the dog box, get used to being with the other dogs. They get to, if there's a hog out there, if a hunter's caught a hog, we let them do a little pin test with the hogs. A pin test is where, get a hog their size, it's not going to hurt them, and let them build their drive on it, let them chase around. The dogo, I would go as far as saying that the dogo is the ultimate dog. It could do pretty much anything you want it to do. When I take my own dogs, I'm like engaged, you know. It's all about seeing how well they bite, seeing how well they follow directions. I'm more engaged. I wouldn't go out hunting now if I don't take one of my own dogs. There's just not as fun. It's not as exciting.